Today I did absolutely zero work, and all I did was go on YouTube, listen to a shit ton of music videos, eat some good food, and then I felt inclined to watch a video. I can't stand media anymore. I literally think I'm gonna get rid of it all. But anyway, I did some research, I looked at some new things, I just checked out what's like on my homepage, and I didn't check out like the popular whatever section on YouTube, I just checked my homepage based on what I look at, and I checked out a whole bunch of stuff and kept refreshing. And my god, there's a lot of videos about Antarctica, about flat Earth, and about general esoteric knowledge and ancient knowledge and Egyptian shit and things like that, and alien technology, and none of you have a fucking clue what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, the Earth is flat. Okay, you think like there's an edge and like you can't get off the ring of Antarctica. You think there's a dome in the celestial sky and the firmament and all that. Because the Bible tells you that in Genesis 1. Go fuck yourself. Go read Genesis 1 again with a pair of eyes and a brain and look at the mathematical formula. I've done it many a time. Okay? Wow. So I keep saying that cellular Earth is an icosahedron, but that's just where we live. Okay? Remember we talk about that there are 12 zodiac signs in our current paradigm, right? There's 12 zodiac signs, and then all of a sudden, like last year, a 13th zodiac sign, Ophiuchus, came into the light. Because NASA says! And when NASA says shit, Kevin has to look a little deeper into what NASA has to fucking say. So I found a thing called Bucks Fanian astrology from like a guy in Quebec or something. Not very much shit on the internet about it. But I took Bucks Fanian astrology and I made my own little astrology model, okay, depiction, okay, where it starts in Aquarius for your year because of the April Fools. Because the last week of March, okay, is the spring equinox, okay? It is the start of the growing season. It's when the cold shit's done and the growing season's up and people gotta do shit so they can feed themselves for the rest of the year, depending on where they live in Earth, okay? And when the Romans came into place and they said that, no! December 31st is the last day of the year. January 1st is the first day of the year. Julius Augustus Caesar says so, probably, July, August, the July. So, they're called April Fools because they're going by the old calendar, and all the new people, the new age people, let's say the collective consciousness of the earth at that time was like, no, go with Rome. Rome's so powerful. Rome's got bronze. They're all shiny. There's so many of them. Gotta do what they say, right? Because, we don't know anything. We're just stupid fucking peasants that farm shit. So they were called April Fools, and eventually whatever happened, okay? But the icosahedron of cellular Earth that we live on is a depiction of a 12-noded geometric structure. Now, 12 zodiacs. If you look at heaven in the free energy model up there, okay? Heaven, there's a video on it. I break down heaven, okay? It's one ring, okay? One ring, solid, with 4 points for bearings, okay? For an axle to go this way, an axle to go this way, an axle to go this way, an axle to go this way. Okay? So 30, if you have 9 per quadrant, you have 36 in a ring, but you're going to have 4 of those being bearings and 32 of them being magnets in a free energy device. I'm not talking about free energy devices. I'm talking about construction of the ring, because you have a 1, then you have 2 1s, and then you have 4 1s to create your X, Y, and Z planes. I can't do it with my fingers. I did it with constructs, because when you take it apart, you're going to have a 1 ring, you're going to have 2 halves of a ring, and then you're going to have 4 quarters of a ring. You have a 1 1, a 2 1, and a 4 1. Read it backwards. You have an 11, 12, and a 14. Okay, I don't want to talk about the 11, the complete ring. Let's talk about the 12 and the 14, because those are the correct models of our zodiac, okay? From a certain point of view, from the n+1 reality of the Earth, if the Earth is cellular, okay, that we're going to call n. No, let's just call it, I always been going the other way. Let's just keep it congruent, okay? Ball Earth is n, flat Earth is n+1, cellular Earth is n+2. Now, the cellular Earth is created with a north and a south pole because energy is equal to magnetism times consciousness squares, okay? Everything is magnetized light, Okay, everything is magnetized light. You have to, like, literally get past that. Okay? I don't care if you don't. Don't give a shit. Magnetized light. Magnetized by what? The two balls on either side of the icosahedron at the north and south poles. Now, all the people making videos about Antarctica don't have a fucking clue what's going on there, and they're just basing their Antarctica videos on, like, copying other people's work or taking the propaganda from the controllers and those people and making mashups and putting it out there, and the fucking idiots of life are going gaga, drooling ape shit over this trash nonsense. And I went through the comments section, and I fucking piped up about shit, and it's time to get fucking educated. I am sick and tired of the ignorance of man, okay? The icosahedron is a 12-noded structure depicting the 12 zodiacs, but there are actually 14, not 13. Thank you very much, NASA, okay? There are Ophiuchus and Orion, because when you take the celestial sky and print it out in like a rectangle, okay, and you can see all the constellations in the equator, and you can break it down, and it doesn't take really a lot of like skill to do it. I did it at the bar at the table. It breaks into 14 sections where Orion is definitely one of them, and Ophiuchus is definitely one of them. We don't talk about Orion and Ophiuchus. Orion's belt is very important. Ophiuchus is so large it like almost stretches across 3 different zodiacs, okay? Now, in backwards land, when I do my own version of the zodiac, I find out that Trump is actually an Ophiuchus, which is very interesting. So, you know, and it's like, what is his mother or his father's name? I think his mother, like, what, Christ or something? Like, oh my God, there's just a Freemason. He's just part of a club. You don't get that rich and powerful and become like a mogul of industry without meeting a couple Freemasons, okay? You are not allowed to succeed in life like that without meeting a couple Freemasons in life. Believe me, I've met them. They shook my hand. They were confused that I didn't give them the tickle back because I'm not a Freemason, okay? This is just me. So you have a 12 zodiac if you're just looking at the icosahedron, but you have a 14 zodiac if you're looking at the 2 north and south pole balls, okay? That's the way it is, okay? So, where am I going with this? Okay, Antarctica, I don't know what's going on at the north and south poles, okay? I have no evidence. I'm not going to talk about Antarctica. I'm never going to go look at other people's YouTube videos and base my conclusions and my reputation, I guess, of whatever that is, based on shit I see on YouTube. Everything that I've created uniquely, okay? From reading one page of the fucking Bible. Genesis 1. And I read a couple in the back. Like, I read, like, Revelation 16, okay? Maybe some little passages here and there, but based on the gematria I've been doing. And when I do a gematria and it says, like, Revelations chapter 6, verse 1, I go look it up, because why not? It was there, right? It's just code. Everything is code. Everything is number. Pythagoras, okay? Everything is number. Trust me on this. Everything is number, okay? Look, I am the only person that I know who was able to read Genesis 1 and create an 8-bit cell, or a 9x9 cell, where you have your stairway to heaven. There's your Masonic sideways 69, creating a dot and a dot. And look, you have all these dots. Look at that. It's like a stairway of 9. And look, when you get to the bottom, it's 5,000. And 5,000 is Roman numeral with a V on top. A V with a line on top. Look at that. There's your V, and there's your line on top. Okay, this is just one view. Then you can get into the 16x16 or the 32x32, and you see all sorts of different stuff, like Disney D's and Skull and Bones. And, like, come on. There's your 322. There's your 100, 200, 300, 322. 300. That's the one. I don't want to go over the 322 right now. Anyways, it's just big. I'm going all over the place. But all I'm saying is that my overall impression of the internet right now is like, wow. Like, I actually saw a channel called like Flat Earth Engineer or Scientist or Flat Earth something or whatever, and his channel's been open. His channel's been up for 2 months. 2 months, and he has videos with over 200,000 views. This is fucking madness. Fucking unbelievable madness. You think this is jealousy or nothing? No, I'm actually frightened. I'm frightened by the indoctrination into the masses of the collective retardedism of flatness, okay? Yeah, things are linear, okay? Because light bends in air, okay? Just like light bends down a glass fiber optic cable. What the fuck is the difference between the medium being glass and the medium being air? Do you think the air can't bend light? You fucking morons? the light is bending like, I don't know, 2,500 kilometers or something to be flat for us to see, because we are an observer. We are each unique individual observers, okay? In physics, it's very important to understand the frame of reference, okay, of the observer. It's kind of like what the whole Einstein theory of relativity is about. But he was a Freemason, okay? He's a sellout shill. He was like a comedian. He was actually funny. And he looked ridiculous on purpose because he had to look like a mad, crazy scientist. Maybe that's where that all comes from. You know, everything is engineered. Like, no person in their right mind would willingly look like that if it wasn't an act. Okay, like, go back to the Future when Marty McFly goes back in time and talks to Christopher Lloyd in the, I don't know which movie that was, but he picks up the JVC the recorder, his like VHS cassette tape video recorder. He's like, it's a camera, it's a whole like camera studio or a film studio all in one device. No wonder your president has to be an actor. He has to look good on TV. They're actors! Every fucking politician is an actor, okay? You have to understand that there's a big, giant deception agenda going on. That you're not part of the club, okay? And you're only meant to get, like, the fucking truth that's upside down, backwards, and flipped. You have to decode it. You have to know to decode it. Because they're able to communicate to one another with all the media. All the medium, all the Hollywood, all the books, all the religious text, everything. They can communicate with each other with that stuff, especially with the news organizations. That's a way that other Freemasons across the world communicate with each other, because they're able to decipher the articles using gematria and some other way. There's probably like hidden messages and shit, but where the fuck is going on is a very well-oiled machine here that we're dealing with. And I don't have time to fucking educate the masses of retards to think that we live on a flat fucking plane where it has edges that you can't get off and a dome over it. You fucking fags. Okay, yes, there is an electromagnetic field, okay? There is a... you cannot pass through the electromagnetic field, I guess, at your current frequency, because you have to change the, I guess, rate of vibration of the craft to penetrate the different, I don't know, shields or glass ceilings, as some like to call it. All I'm saying is that we are here. There is a definite finite amount of space above us for now. I don't know if CERN's like pierced the veil. If they pierce the veil, I don't know if it's getting smaller or bigger. But all I do know is they pierce the veil, maybe more light's getting in. Maybe that's why I'm all becoming fucking intelligent now. Maybe that's why I'm doing these things. But I'm just getting sick and tired of, okay, people don't have a fucking clue what's happening in Antarctica, okay? And they just pretend they do, or they base their shit on, like, other videos and other videos and other videos, and make graphics, and they find drawings of, like, science fiction novels and comic books, perhaps, of Nazi bases. You want to know what, like, the premise of the swastika is? It's right there! In an 8-bit cell. If you can't see a swastika there, you have problems. This is ancient esoteric knowledge based on, go far back as you want in any civilization. It's the same story told over and over again. I'm fucking wowed and bewildered. I hope a bunch of people comment back to me on the things I said, because, like, wow. Like, yeah, I know my shit now. I created this from nothing. I created this from, what, 3.5 years of, like, I don't know, ridicule from my peers and others while I searched for truth and made a fuck ton of mistakes, and then eventually, with patience, I guess, somehow, and my constant desire to know and grow, and with my whole, like, renewed faith in God, which is just a number. This is God. That's your God particle. There's your eye of Sauron. There's your all-seeing eye, okay? It has 6 faces and 8 vertices. I don't have enough constructs to make it all, but it's basically 14 faces of free energy, okay? 6 being that size, and then 8 being smaller, but I can't make diagonal cross, like, constructs. And then you see the rabbit hole. Do you not see the movie Contact when they look and find the cipher, okay? It's that. It's the rabbit. It's literally a rabbit hole, guy. So, like, the earth is flat. You think it's a dome. You think there's an ice wall because it's on Game of Thrones or something. You guys are, like, really that, like, gullible. I thought I was gullible, okay? No. I'm done. I'm done being quiet about the idiocy I see everywhere. I'm, like, literally sick and tired of it. And I don't know how much longer the internet's going to be freedom of speech place. So I'm going to get out everything I have now. I don't like. There's no repercussions I have. I'm fearless.